AskReddit by throwaway001937. What's the most disturbing secret you are keeping from your friends and family? My almost ex-husband's mom introduced me to meth, and even though I hated it, I kept doing it because I worked 80-hour weeks trying to keep our family afloat during the pandemic. Husband wasn't working, by choice. I hated myself so much, and I hated that I was doing it, but I loved being able to stay awake to do whatever was needing to be done. This went on for about a year. Eventually found out he was cheating on me for a long while, kicked him out, and got together with someone else. He unknowingly got me clean. I've been clean for about 14 months now and it makes me sick to even type this shit out. The worst choices I've ever made, by far. That when I was in middle school I was groomed by an online predator I met on Omegle. Being a stupid child at the time, I innocently believed I was talking to someone my age and should have seen the red flags when they kept making excuses on why they couldn't send pics or video chat or talk on the phone for that matter, but had no problem texting and asking me for explicit pictures of myself. Please go easy on yourself. You were a kid. Honestly, most of us as kids were abused by creeps online. My aging mother is battling cancer. She isn't winning. She has asked me to be power of attorney and the executor of her estate. While going through her legal papers I came across the documents that showed that my sister, we are both in our 50s, is actually only my half sister. She has a different father. My mom never told anyone. My father has been gone for almost 20 years, and he never said anything either. He stepped up when the real father took off. This was in the 1960s. My sister doesn't know. My mom molested me for 5 years, from ages 4-9. She manipulated my whole family for them to believe I am crazy to discredit me if I were to ever come out with the truth. Then, she paid me $10,000 to not tell anyone. All I did with the money was buy heavy drugs to numb the pain. I've moved across the country to get away. My whole family hates me. Edit. Thank you for all the kindness. It is very much appreciated. For those telling me they've gone through this too, I am so sorry. At least we have camaraderie in one another, I suppose. I am so sorry this happened to you. I hope you are now no contact, and doing okay. Deleted. I respect your decision, but WTF is going on with the doctor? Sounds a bit malpractice. Why? That an older kid fucked my ass when I was 6 years old, but I don't really give a fuck about it being a secret or not anymore. The people I was hiding it from was my dad and my mother. My mother died and my dad is a prick and I don't give a fuck about what he thinks. That's enraging. You being a child so young to be taken advantage of to that degree. Even if the older kid was harmed too. About $40k in debt. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help, not from family, from debt consolidators or something. Beat thing I ever did. I know it's not for everyone. My credit tanked, but it is such a weight off. That my uncle showed me how to use a vibrator when I was 5. I can't even bring it up in therapy. I should clarify, the vibrator was a neck massager, but he most definitely showed me where to put it. I said it tickled and he said keep it there. Update. Wow. Thank you, every single one of you, for sharing your thoughts, concerns, and personal stories. For years I never even considered this sorry, even though I knew it made me feel shame. I'd be horrified if this happened to any of my kids, but it just didn't register. I'm still not ready to share in therapy, mostly because I'm in it with my husband. As for my uncle, he's the loser in the family. Unsuccessful in every aspect. So that part of me feels like he's getting what he deserves. You know that dreaded feeling before you throw up? And then that calming sense of relief after you throw up? That's what it will feel like. Saw some childhood sexual abuse survivor, who let it out in therapy. You can do it. And it will help, no matter what that little voice in the back of your head tells you otherwise. The only reason I am still here today is because I forgot to load a round into the chamber of my pistol when I was 18. I pulled the trigger, but thankfully all the rounds were in the clip. It was a huge wake up call. I am doing a lot better now. I'm happy you're here. That I want to pick up and move and start over alone, with my dogs, with zero trace. Sometimes I troll around on Zillow looking at cheap homes in other parts of the country, wondering what it would be like to just fuck off, change my name and live out the rest of my life there. It often feels pretty good to imagine, though I'd never abandon my family and I highly doubt the reality would live up to my fantasy anyway. One day I woke up after a very manipulating relationship had ended and realized I didn't know how to feel anything but anger. I never really feel happy, or sad, let alone cry. I'm never excited for anything. People have died and I just can't seem to feel anything. I put on a great face, can fake most of my emotions, but deep down I don't really feel anything positive or negative besides anger. The more I type, the more I realize I don't even know how to put it all into words. And X200B. Edit. I did not expect this to blow up like this, holy crap lol. Thank you everyone for the kind words. It's been about 12 years now since that happened. I will try and reply when I can. I will definitely be taking some of these suggestions, so thank you everyone who took the time to respond. This is depression. It frequently blunts emotions of all types and can also manifest itself as anger. Take it from someone who has been there with those same symptoms. Get yourself a good therapist. Sometimes it takes more than one try to find one that is a good fit. Don't let that dissuade you. And if necessary, consider medication if suggested. I resisted far too long and wish I had done something sooner. My aunt is my sister. I'm not good at math. I can't imagine the future. People ask me what my plans are and I just don't know. I have no chance of making plans. There's just no vision or hope or amount of wishing hard enough to try and plan or predict my own future. I'd rather be dead than have to try to think about where I'll be in 5 years. This is my dad. Didn't think I'd be here. He had no plan to live past 30. He's 60 next month. That I've had a major increase in suicidal thoughts lately. Not going to act on them, but just noticed a major increase. TBH, I get that a lot. I'd never act on them at this point as I feel like I have way too much to lose. Wife, mom, cat, etc. However, I still worry that maybe I'll eventually give in. I found that being open about it, obviously not everyone is receptive to that, has helped me tremendously in terms of accepting that it is a fact of life for me at this stage and not allowing those thoughts or their presence to have any power over me. Maintaining a relationship with them feels like a job. We weren't close when I was young and amp. Now they want to be super close, maybe to make up for lost time, but I got used to being left alone, so now I prefer it that way. I feel this right down to my toes. I was 9 and was sexually assaulted. I know my dad didn't do it cause he had a broken back and could barely walk around the house, so no way he could walk up the stairs. They were very, very steep. So I don't know who did it and none of my family knows and they never will. I've thought about telling my sister but I don't know. It's something that I'm embarrassed by and it makes me feel like I'm less of man. Edit. I took some of the advice from these comments and opened up to my sister about it cause I know she has a similar experience. Talked for damn near an hour and just told her everything about what I had been feeling. So on so forth. But to be honest, I might not tell anyone else in my family cause I guess I just don't really know who did it and there's no way to prove who did it. I guess that just makes it easier on my mind and makes it easier to coupe. I probably didn't spell that right. But thank you to everyone who at least tried to help. I didn't even expect any of this. I appreciate y'all more than you could ever possibly know. I hope you know that does not make you less of man. Dealing with trauma is very hard and if anything, it makes you more of a man to confront it. I encourage you to deal with it when you are ready. Being the oldest of the cousins and knowing the real family history and secrets, I'd rather let them enjoy life without knowing. I know how you feel. It's a burden being the only one to know how human our parents and grandparents truly are. The high number of essay stories on here is very depressing. Sometimes I pretend to be happy around them. Don't we all? Not so much disturbing, but I absolutely never want them to find out that I am the one in the family who draws little smiley faces in random spots for everyone to find. Everyone always accuses each other and of course I play along, but I am the one who does it lol. I just picture one of your family members reading this and then they all question whose Reddit account it is. And thus begins a never-ending circle of who did it. That and the happiest I've been in my adult life without my family. Still depressed, but mental healing takes time. Edit. Holy crap, 10 years on Reddit and never had a comment or post blow up like this. Thanks for the awards and comments of support everyone. May we all find the peace we seek walking our own path. You only get one mom dad. Yay, you only get one appendix 2 and you cut that shit out as soon as it goes bad. I banged one of my mom's friends after mowing her yard. Edit. My most upvoted comment is about sex. You missed a spot over the yeah. I love my wife's family but can't really stand my own side of the clan. No specific reason, they just get on me tits. I cry almost daily because I'm so fucking lonely. That feeling really is crushing. If you need help or someone to talk to, I and a bunch of other people are here to talk. Most days I feel like I don't know who I am. I was diagnosed with severe anxiety and depression around 15 years old. I feel like I never got to develop a personality. I've never been able to hold down a job for more than a few months due to my mental health. Sometimes I feel okay, but most of the time I just feel like 3 mental illnesses in a trench coat trying to find my way through life. Terminal illness. Chances are I have less than 10 years, but it could be tomorrow. No cure, no chance of recovery. There may be a point before too long where I am unable to hide it, but some of them are old so might pass before that happens. I'm happy to keep it quiet for their peace of mind as long as possible. That I quit college. This is a huge deal, since I was in college for 3 years, and now every day is beyond terrifying to me because with each passing day my future is getting closer and I don't know if it's gonna be okay. I was raped at age 14. Spiked drink at a house party. Woke up naked and bloody in a spare bedroom. Vague memories of a body on me and pain but couldn't move.